So you guys seem to really enjoy the first video we did about types of players in Battlefront 2. So here's another one. But first, we're doing an ad. It's for something we actually really like and use all the time, the Amino app, which is basically a network of lots of communities for lots of different interests. There are actually over 1 million aminos. That's a whole lot of aminos. So if you're interested in something like sport, tennis, Pokemon, or Star Wars, wink wink, or literally anything else you can possibly think of, okay, maybe not everything, chances are there's an amino community all about that interest. You can share posts and ideas, chat with other users by text, voice, or avatar chat, take part in polls and quizzes like this one about Akbar using his trap detective abilities, and basically just get involved in a whole bunch of Star Wars discussion. It's seriously an awesome app. I use it all the time, so go check it out in the description. Alright, I think this probably goes without saying, but hey everyone, it's Andrew. Marcus is here again from Silky Whisperer.
What's up guys, it's Marcus.
And here are 10 types of players in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Part 2. The Flanker. Have you ever found yourself in a position where your team is getting slaughtered and then said to one of your friends, "Hey man, we should try go around. Follow me." The flanker is the type of player that's always trying to outsmart the enemy team. They tiptoe and sprint their way around the edges of the battlefield, trying to attack the enemy from where they least expect. These types of players always work best in small units or squads, big enough to have an impact, but small enough to go unnoticed. Only problem is, when they do get noticed, they usually get brutally killed in a messy skirmish. However, when their flanking plan works, they can make a huge impact on taking an objective and can change the course of the match.
The Hotheaded Player. These players are by far the most reckless on this list. They're the type of people who are crazy enough to do things like skydiving, swimming with sharks, bungee jumping, or even eating sweet potato in real life. Ugh, just the name of that vegetable makes...
Dude, I love sweet potato, but I strongly believe cauliflower is a poisoned version of broccoli.
With a lifespan similar to that of a mayfly, the Hotheaded Player carelessly charges into enemy-filled rooms, only to die a few seconds later. But in their eyes, it's all worth it if they get a kill or two in the process. You'll often see them running into rooms kamikaze style, throwing a grenade at their feet and hoping to take down a few extra opponents. They're definitely one of the funniest players to watch.
The aggressive sniper. When you Google the definition of sniper, it reads, a person who shoots from a hiding place, especially accurately and at long range. Well, the aggressive sniper basically just removed hiding place and at long range from this definition, but hopefully retained the accurately part. Aggressive snipers play as the specialist class, equipping a sniper, but then pretend they equipped a shotgun instead. They force their way to the front line of the battlefront and use their sniper rifle to pick off enemies from close range. If they miss their shots, you'll probably see them frantically rolling from side to side as if they're trying to put out a fire burning through their armor. When they make their shots though, they can be deadly.
The Ski Speeder Hogs. When playing on Crate, you'll probably see them at the top of the leaderboard due to their meta, or most effective tactic available, style of play. They only play about 50% of each game, as the other 50% is spent waiting in the menus for their beloved speeders. Some people find these players irritating because if there is a Ski Speeder Hog on your team, you'll find it almost impossible to get one of those speedy vehicles for yourself.
The Menu Man. Why would you play as a simple low-life foot soldier when you can patiently wait here on the menu screen for a vehicle or hero to become available? The Menu Man always fancies his chances of unlocking that hero or vehicle they've been desperate for ever since they inserted the game disc. Sure, they might play the first 5 minutes of the match, but once they've accumulated enough battle points, they'll sit, hopefully patiently, waiting for a hero or vehicle that probably won't become available for another 5 minutes. But why does it always feel like a lifetime of waiting? Seriously, like you're sitting there for like a couple of minutes and then it turns into an hour and you're like, what happened and where am I?
Secondary fire spammers. Using Hero Secondary Fire is a very easy and effective way to take out your foes on Galactic Assault, and most of us are guilty of abusing this every now and again. But Secondary Fire is like chewing your fingernails. The more you do it, the more addictive it becomes. Secondary fire spammers have used this glitch so much it has become an obsession. They live, breathe, and dream secondary fire. I've even heard rumors that secondary fire spammers called a 2-week public holiday the day they found out Iden and Leia were receiving buffs. Although hated by their opponents, you cannot deny the extraordinary power these players wield. They can, and often do, single-handedly change the course of matches.
The Adapter. This is one of the smartest types of players on the Battlefront. They understand the game, they understand the situation, and they understand how they have to play to get their team to victory. Otherwise known as the all-rounder, or in tennis terms, the all-court player. The Adapter changes their loadout, class selection, and gear based on the situation of the match. These types of players may switch between all 4 classes in a single match because they understand how to use each class for a different stage of the battle or a different section of the map. They are decisive, calculated, and will take every chance they get to select the right class or hero or vehicle based on their abilities for the right situation. I've always wanted to be this type of player, but I'm more like another player I'll get to in a bit.
The Clutcher. The Clutcher is a very skillful player who enjoys winning but can often get carried away during the match. They lose track of time while casually racking up kills until there are only a few minutes left in the game. It is at this point that the Clutcher reveals their true self and begins to play the objective to the best of their abilities. Epic star cards, heroes, vehicles, or uneven numbers cannot stop them, and often 1 or 2 of these players alone is enough to turn the tide of a battle, and they'll vigorously lead their team to a last-second victory.
The Switcher. Okay, so you remember how the Adapter changes between classes based on the situation of the battle? Well, the Switcher does the same thing, but switches because usually they're failing at using their current class. They try to replicate the success of the Adapter, but can only dream of having their skill level. They are indecisive, frustrated, and outskilled. They try to be good at the game, they want to be good at using the sniper or the officer, but almost always end up switching back to the simple old assault. Point, shoot, throw grenade, repeat. Hey, it works sometimes.
The Rage Monster. When gaming, there is a negative little voice inside each and every one of us that just hates stuff in general. It will complain 24/7, and the tiniest things can trigger it. Lag, clueless teammates, skillful opponents, and Jar Jar Binks are just some of the many things that can set off this little voice. The only difference between the Rage Monster and other players is that the Rage Monster chooses to listen to that little voice, while the rest of us just ignore it. Most of the time, anyway. You'll see these players popping in and out of service from time to time, and sometimes their characteristics include rage quitting, sending hate messages, screaming uncontrollably at the screen, and watching their favorite video. 10 things Star Wars Battlefront 2 players hate. We made that one. If you ever find yourself playing with a Rage Monster, make sure to watch out for key phrases like, "My teammates are hopeless," or "The lag is horrible," because this means that they're currently feeling a little annoyed and it's only a matter of time until they go full ballistic.
So which type of player are you? Let us know in the comments. Or if you're another type of player we didn't mention, please tell us that also. And hey, we made a video recently replacing Anakin's lines with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice.
I have the high ground!
You underestimate my power!
You can follow the link here, and if you like funny Battlefront montages, go check out Marcus's channel. He's a pretty cool guy. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching.
Stay bombastic.